Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Beer Geek Nation. I'm yours, Chris. Thank you so much for joining me once again for another beer review. And today, guys, we are looking at another macro beer. This is from Guinness. This is probably, I think, one of their newest releases. This is their Guinness Black Lager, coming in at 4.5% alcohol by volume. I guess stylistically, you're looking at like a Schwartz beer or European Black Lager, something like that. I have not had this before, and like I said, I think this came out about a year ago. The Guinness is actually an ale, so they took a lager yeast strain, basically applied it to the Guinness recipe, and you got this. They say it's cold brewed with roasted barley, so take that for what it's worth. I don't know how you brew beer cold, but whatever. So it says drink it right from the bottle, drink it cold right from the bottle. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pour it in a glass, give it the proper presentation. So with that said, guys, let me get into a glass, let you guys know how it smells, tastes, and give you the verdict on the Guinness Black Lager. Alright guys, so the appearance on the Guinness Black Lager, poured a lot like a classic Guinness, that stout porter look. Poured a pretty dark brown. There was a pretty big 3 to 4 fingers of an off-white kind of khaki head. It dissipated pretty quickly. I wouldn't expect that from a 4.5% beer, but it did. Decent amount of head lacing on there, not getting alcohol legs or anything. Carbonation coming off the sides of the glass. It's kind of a blood red with the lights hitting the curbs. It's a pretty nice looking beer. Alright, the aroma on the Guinness Black Lager. Yeah, not too much going on there. You definitely get that roasted barley, a touch of coffee, definitely some breadiness in there. It smells a lot like a macro. It smells like there's a little bit of like a metal kind of oxidization in there as well. A little bit of like a dark fruit quality to it. Not a whole lot going on in this one. Alright, the taste on the Guinness Black Lager. Cheers. Yeah. Not a whole lot. Right at the front of the tongue, there's a bit of bitterness. Again, more of like a dark chocolate, coffee type of bitterness, like you would expect in a stout, but very, very, very light. Middle of the mouth, definitely get more of that roasted barley kind of taste to it. Very slight, a little bit of slight coffee taste in the middle of the mouth. Doesn't stick around a whole long time. It's a very dry finish. Aftertaste is more of that roasted barley kind of metallic, kind of wet cardboard type of taste in there that you would get like from a macro lager almost. Very, very thin beer, not a whole lot, of flavors actually sticking around. Doesn't do hardly anything in the mouth except, give you that initial kind of wet cardboard kind of macro lager taste with a little bit of roasted barley to it. Just a very, very boring, thin, plain beer. Alright guys, so the final verdict on the Guinness Black Lager, coming in at 4.5% alcohol by volume. Guys, I'm going to give this one a D+. There is nothing going on with this beer. There's really no reason to even bother trying this beer. It's just so plain and so uneventful and so ho-hum that I cannot recommend it. There's not a lot of flavor. There's no mouthfeel to it. It just tastes like it's like a macro lager with a little bit of coffee added to it. That's the best way to describe it. There's so much more better beer out there that you can get for about the same price, just as easily as available, that I just cannot absolutely recommend this one. So it's going to get a D from me. Remember folks, life is too short. Drink amazing beers. Cheers.